I'm back. The last video I did on Alexa, this was different. Wanted to talk about this too. What is it like to be married to a Filipino? Get a close up. You see my boo-boo? You liking that? My boo-boo. I don't even know how it got there. How did I get this? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. What is it like to be married to a Filipino? Wow. Let me get myself all fixed here. What's it like to be married to a Filipino? You want me to really tell you? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And Filipino women, I'll tell you what, y'all got something going on for you now. You guys are like just grabbing us men and just changing us to what we should be. And that is what I have experienced with the love of my life. My beautiful wife, Renita, came into my life 5 years ago. And I can remember the very first day that her and I had talked. That very first day, there was a connection there with a totally different culture. I found it to be very, very interesting. Now, we didn't talk about her culture on our first day. We talked about me, and then we talked about her, just as it is for anybody when you meet someone for the first time. It wasn't until my first trip over there to the Philippines that really, really changed me. The culture in itself is not what it is here in the States. It's not what it is in Japan. It's not what it is in Russia. It's totally different, and it's very unique in its own way. Just as, well, I was going to use the U.S., but you all know I got issues with my own country. I got issues with how people are here. I got issues with the ignorance of people here in the U.S. So it wasn't until my first time, kind of losing myself there, I got to get myself back on track, so listen up. So it wasn't until my first trip into the Philippines when I met my wife in person for the first time and her family. It was rather odd at first. Here it is, I come in flight, I think it was around midnight, something like this, because my flight was late. And we all jump into this van, and it was really different. Really different, and it felt really kind of odd because nobody was talking. So I was like, hey everybody, how's everybody doing? And good. One of the things that I found out is the Philippines people, most of them are very shy. They're very shy. But let me move this on a little bit faster. A couple of days had gone by from going out and doing this, doing that, and doing, my wife had, she had everything planned out on what we were going to be doing. And it wasn't until the day I was leaving where I boarded my plane and we get out on the runway, and now we're going down the runway, we take off, And it wasn't until that plane, its wheels had lifted from that pavement, and I was now up in the air heading back to Tokyo to head back to the US. Y'all, I bawled like a baby. I could not help myself, because the experience that I had in the Philippines with her family and other people, it was so welcoming and just so warm and loving that you don't really see that here in the States. It was a whole different kind of experience, whole different kind of feeling that I had, and I cried like a baby on that plane. And there was a gentleman and his wife that were sitting next to me, and I can't remember where they were from, but they were from a different country. And the man looked at me and he said, "Are you okay?" in his own kind of language. He could speak English, but he had an accent. And he says, "This is about a girl, isn't it?" He knew. And I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "No worries, don't you worry. The two of you will be together before you know it." The man actually had words that he gave me that kind of calmed me down a little bit, but I still bawled most of the way back to the US. And when I get back to the United States and I land and I get shuttled back to my car, it wasn't until once again I'm driving home from the airport and I'm bawling like a baby again. I mean, the tears were just a-flowing. And it was the things that I had seen, but yet how heartwarming the people were that had very little to nothing. It all stayed with me coming back, and it was quite an experience for me. Well, that's when I got home, after getting myself all together, you know what I mean, because I was a total mess. I mean, I was just a total wreck. Is when I decided, let's do this, we got to do this. I already know for certain that this is the woman that God has given me. So this is when I got things moving on getting her here. But listen, guys, what it's like to be married to a Philippine woman, it's like an honor. It's like you feel honored to be with this person, because they are just so different in the way they think, the way they laugh, the way they talk. My wife has showed me so many things that I have been so blind to in my life, and I am so grateful to have her. Yeah, so don't do it. Don't you dare get all messy on this camera. I had to kind of remind myself there, you know what I'm saying? So listen, to be married to a Philippine woman is the best thing that has ever happened in my life. And I know this man is going to be happy till the day that God decides to take me, because that's the kind of person she is. That is what she brings into the atmosphere here, into the family, into friends. Everybody sees it in her. Y'all were just brought up differently. You were brought up, in my opinion, you were brought up the right way, because family matters. Everything is about family. You have never lost that with your family. You do everything together. You all love God. You all praise God for the things that you don't have. See what I'm saying? There's a big difference there. Um, it is a Catholic nation, but um, I have never been to a country where I see more people praising God. It's just mind blowing to me. It's absolutely mind blowing. You even have it pasted on the vehicles. In God we trust. To God all the glory. Everything is God. And you know, I gotta honestly tell you, man, I am hooked. I'm hooked. You know, my wife and I was sitting here the other night. We were watching videos because I'm hooked on the Philippines, man. I love watching videos in the Philippines. We were looking at some of the different islands, and I looked at her, and I said, "What is wrong with us? Why are we here?" She said, "Well, because we have to be." There you go. Because we have to be here. I guess that comes later in life. Okay. Well, one thing I do know is we're coming over in December, y'all, and I'm going to get to see what y'all do on Christmas and the New Year's. I hear you're all a bunch of party animals over there. Well, y'all best be on your party platform when I get there, because I'm ready for it. Have you ever had a hoedown in the Philippines? We're going to have us a hoedown. Oh, yeah. Keep it real. Love the ones you're with. I mean, seriously, love that one that means everything in the world to you. That's all you got. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.